In this video, I'm going to walk you guys through how to create a professional network diagram quickly using Microsoft Visio. We're going to be using Visio Professional Plus 2024, which is the latest version of Visio. If you're on older versions, this tutorial will still be helpful. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I have Visio installed here, and let's go ahead and open it up. So when we get inside of Visio, if you're familiar, we've got the Home tab, which gives us some of our basic templates. I click More Templates, which will bring us to the New tab. And what we're looking for here is Network Diagram. So we have Basic or Detailed. For this tutorial, I'll stick with the Basic Network Diagram. So let's just click that to go ahead and start. I'm going to use US units, and we'll press Create. All right, so this is where we are when we start. So this template includes everything that we need: stencils, shapes, and the correct orientations, so we don't have to start from a completely blank page. Now from the shapes pane on our left, we have quick shapes, we have computers and monitors, we have network and peripherals. We recommend choosing icons that clearly represent each device type. Good diagrams tell the story visually, so you can use distinct shapes for routers, switches, or servers. In the View tab, I'm going to make sure that AutoConnect is on. We could also use the connector from the Home tab to draw the lines manually if we'd like to. And then I'm also going to be labeling each connector. All right, so I've got a diagram that I sort of have planned to build. I'm going to start it at the top towards the middle, and I'll work my way down. And this is going to be like a small business private network diagram. So let me start with some quick shapes. I can also click More Shapes, and I can basically find anything else that I might want. For example, I could add some basic shapes here. So I'm going to start with a basic circle, and I'm going to bring that into the middle. Notice how it snaps in place, which is nice. This is going to be like my overarching label here. So I'm going to double click inside of that and title this Internet. So let me go back into network and peripherals. The next thing I want is my ISP router. So I'll drag that in just below my Internet. I'm going to make this one a little smaller and zoom in just so I have a bit more space to work with. All right, and then I'm just clicking and dragging my mouse wheel, which lets you drag around the page. When we have a shape selected, these little arrows that pop up below, we're going to use this to connect it to our shape below. So just click and drag, title this one our ISP router. All right, so from my router, I'm going to add a firewall below that. So I've got a little firewall right here. I'll click and drag that. Again, I'll change the size, and I'll pull an arrow down from my ISP here. Let me just move that out of the way. There we go, that's better. Okay, and then I'll drag those down. I can enable or disable the connector or pointer tool at any point here in the Home tab. So the connector tool is how we can connect our shapes into a flowchart, and then the pointer tool is just sort of like the normal mouse tool. So I'll double click into this, and this is my firewall gateway security appliance. And I like how we can move this text out of the way. So if I select the text here, I actually kind of want further control of my text. And so instead of having the text inside my shape, I may just use a text box to independently add the text. So this is our firewall gateway security appliance. Yep, and then now I can use the pointer tool and just independently position this, which I think I like better. I'm going to keep the font size as 10 just to make it a little bit more manageable. Then I'll also change the text color to this dark blue here. All right, so below this, I'm going to have my core switch, and I'm just going to position this. Also, I can do Control-C and Control-V on this text box, which will just allow me to easily copy and paste that, or Command-V if you're on Mac. This is going to be our core switch, and I'll go ahead and start working on my server room. So maybe I'll add even just like a basic rectangle or something. Let's see what's inside of basic shapes. So I'm going to add a rounded rectangle. This is going to be a representation of my server room. Let me go back to my network and peripherals. Let's just say I have a server here. Let me change the color of the shape really quick to maybe like a light gray. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to do 3 servers in here, and I'll just space these out properly. And then what I'd like to do is I'm going to change the color on 2 of these, and I'll go ahead and add some labels. This one will be Windows Server 2025. This one's going to be my domain controller. I'll just type DC01. And then this one will be my network attached storage. And then again, we could add further details with text here if we'd like to. So let's go back to the connector tool. And basically I want this to go down to my core switch, and I want my core switch to come over here. Now below that, below this, I'm gonna add my Wi-Fi AP. Okay, below this, I'm gonna add my wireless access point. I'll just write Wi-Fi AP. And then below that, I will have my Wi-Fi. I'll just use a router for that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do beneath my core switch is I'm gonna add a wireless access point, which will split into Wi-Fi and then another wireless access point. All right, and then below this, I'll do my wireless access point and also my Wi-Fi router. So I'll have these two down here. And let's go back to my connector tool. I wanna make some connections now. So looks like I might have to move this one down a little. Okay, so I'll connect these two. All right, so I'll go ahead and connect these two. And then I'll make a connection point that'll go from here and then also from this one. Okay, and then there we go. So we've got this. I'm also going to scope out my office LAN just so we can have a visual representation of that as well. So go back to this rectangle. I'll copy and paste this over here. Let me actually switch the orientation of this one. All right, and then here I'm just gonna add some computers and like a network printer and a smart TV. All right, so I'll add a monitor here. Call this my PCO3 wireless. And then I wanna have a laptop. Below this, I might add a network printer and we'll add our smart TV there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my text here and just add in a few more text boxes to help illustrate what all of this is. So we have our office LAN over here. I'll copy and paste that to this box, and this is our server room. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a large text at the bottom to give us a label to what this actually is, or to give this a title. And I'll go with a text color of black here, and I'll make the size quite a bit bigger. All right, so one other thing we wanted to cover really quick is in the data tab, we have options to insert a legend or import or custom import data. For example, if we want to attach data to any of our shapes, we can also hyperlink shapes, which will save in our exported PDFs. So if we wanted to link certain products, we could do Control K and hyperlink to a local file or to an internet address. All right, guys, so this is the network diagram that we ended up with. In order to share this, I can save this file, save as locally. So I'll probably save this to my, let's see, save this to my important documents as, I'll just call it network diagram. Now we also have the share tab up here. This allows us to attach a PDF copy or we can upload it to OneDrive as well. So we have some options in terms of how we can share and distribute this. And we hope you guys found this helpful. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about anything we covered, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. If you're interested in purchasing Windows Server, Windows 10, Windows 11, remote desktop licenses, Microsoft Office, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo Software. We'll put links down below. As our channel grows, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas. If you have any ideas of your own, we'd love to know what those are. Most viewer commented video requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support the channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.